Hey there, welcome back. Friends, let's move forward and today we will try to add in a form into our web application so that we can add in a new user into our database. So something interesting, right? But first of all, let us fix the home page. The home page currently looks very weird with only one heading text home. So let us add in some text in here. And first of all, it would be like H3 maybe. And then we would be adding some other text and we will copy the text from the about us page which we have. So let me copy this text real quick and we will add in a paragraph tag and we will paste in the text. Alright, so this is cool. Let me refresh the page. Alright, so we have some text in here which is looking little better now. Alright, now moving forward we will check out our header section. So let us open up the header.jsp file. Let me show you the navigation bar. So we have a link for home. We have a link for listing the user. Now we will copy this particular part and we will add in a new link, and this link would be based on adding the user. So the name, the label would be add user, and in here it would be like add user. Alright, so this looks good to me. And now moving forward, let us navigate to our controller real quick. And if we check the controller, our servlet, then definitely we are handling the cases accordingly, right? So we would be adding a yet another case so that we can redirect the request to the proper place, right? To the proper page. So the case would be like add user, and now we will send in the request to the proper direction, and the direction would be a file by the name of adduser.jsp. Let me copy this line and paste this in here, and let me modify the name of the file which is adduser.jsp, and let us add in the break. Alright, so this is good enough, but moving forward, let us also do one small little thing. For example, if we check the case where we are listing the data, there are like multiple statements, right? Now friends, it may happen that we are like performing many logical part. There are like multiple statements for a specific case, and it could be a little tricky as well. And it will make the switch case very complicated. Rather, it would be very nice if we create a method in here for listing the user right away, and we will simply call in the method in here. Call in the function in here. Function and methods are one and the same. Alright, so we have this do get method, right? So let me copy this particular part. In here, we can add in a new method. Now this would be a public method. The name of the method would be list users, and that's it. Now friends, we need to receive the request and response object in order to work with these methods. So that's a prerequisite. And now moving forward, what we will do is we will simply cut all of these stuff from here and we will move it inside this method. Alright, so this is cool stuff, right? And we will simply call in this list users method in here. So we will type in list users, and we will send in request and response object, and our application should be working perfect. Likewise, we will also, for example, create a add user method. So let us do that real quick. Let me again copy this part and paste this in here. The name would be definitely add user. All right, and let me cut this part from here again and paste this in here inside the add user method, and inside this particular case we will simply call in the add user method now. Alright, so by doing this, things would be better organized. And here is a magic. Somehow the case for home now has a call to homepage method, and also the default case has a call to error page method. Somehow this is magical. Somebody simply added these methods. Very cool this stuff, right? Now friends, in fact I have paused this video and added these methods real quick in order to save some time. And now moving forward, there is a small little thing that I have also added the attribute for add user page. Now, in fact, we don't have this page, so let us quickly create this page by the name of adduser.jsp. All right, and here is my web content folder. Let me highlight the web content folder, and we would be adding a new JSP file. Now friends, in here there is no listing for JSP file, so we will click on other and we will search for JSP file. So we will search for JSP, and here is the option of JSP file. Let me double click on this option and we will give the name as adduser.jsp. Let us click on finish, and here is the JSP file. We won't be adding any title in here. In fact, we don't want head or anything. Let us get rid of it, and let me show you how we need to add in the form body. So in here we need to make use of a couple of divs, and here are the divs. Let me copy this part, let me paste this in here, and let me close all of these divs first of all. Now these divs are based on our template, right? So based on the template you can like deal with the divs, deal with the look and feel, and in between this two div, line number 3 to line number 8, we can like add some content. So let us add in a form real quick, and now we need to give the form action. Now friends, definitely the form would be handled by a servlet, and if we check, we have a servlet by the name of home controller, and somehow we are handling way more than controlling the home page inside this controller /home. Now it could be a little confusing where we are handling everything inside a servlet, and things are like getting little complicated now. Now how to handle this stuff, how to organize your application is something which we will talk about this in a minute. But in here, let's do one thing. Let us like give the form action as, first of all, the context path, which is the base URL, the context path. Then in here we will type in app controller. Now we don't have an app controller right now, but we will add a app controller and we will organize the application furthermore. All right, now in between this form we will be adding the form tags, and the form tags would be based on definitely username and email address. So firstly we will type in username colon, and we will require a input tag. Type would be text, name would be definitely username, and value won't be anything, and I guess that's it. Let us also add in a br tag real quick in here. And now let us add in a yet another input field for email. In fact, let me copy this part and paste this in here and update the name as email. And finally, let us also add in a submit button. So it would be like input, type would be submit, and let us also give the value, and value would be, for example, add user. All right, so this looks good. Let me navigate to list user, and in here let us also copy in these values where we are adding the header and the footer section, header and the footer section, and paste these two lines after adding in the form. Now things are good. Let me check in the header. All right, so everything is good. Let me convert this particular label as add user all uppercase. All right, so this is good stuff. Let me quickly run this application and it should give us an output. Cool, fantastic. Let me click on this add user link. All right, so we have this form. Definitely the form isn't a wonderful looking well formatted form, but for demonstration purposes it is looking good enough. Now friends, this particular application will not work as of now. There are like couple of things which we need to do. There are like couple of issues in this particular application, and we will discuss all of these small little things in our forthcoming video. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching and take care.